feel it before you admit it. The slow fade, the silent drift. Days slipping through your fingers like smoke from a broken match. You tell yourself you are fine, that tomorrow you will get serious, that soon you will take control. But deep down you know the truth. You are stuck in a loop, not a dramatic collapse, not a violent breakdown, but a quiet malfunction, small enough to ignore yet strong enough to trap you. You wake up with heavy eyes and a heavier mind. You reach for your phone before your thoughts even form. You check nothing, refresh everything, and gain zero. You move through the day as if underwater, and somewhere inside a voice whispers that something is off. Something essential has gone missing. This is not burnout. It is not laziness. It is a system glitch, and every glitch has a root cause. Every malfunction leaves clues. If you are here listening, it means you already suspect the truth. You do not need a small change. You need a hard reset. Before your mind argues, understand this. A hard reset is not a motivational trick. It is not a productivity hack, a morning routine, or another self-help ritual that feels good for a few days before fading into dust. A hard reset is an internal reconstruction. It is the rebuilding of a mind that has been quietly overloaded by noise, speed, distraction, and tiny pleasures that eat your life 1 second at a time. Most people will never do it. They are too numb to notice how far they have drifted, too comfortable to confront themselves, too distracted to step out of the current. But you are here because you sense the same thing we saw in countless minds before you. A fracture, a hunger, a discomfort that refuses to die, a signal that something must change at the deepest level of your system. Let us begin with the crime scene. The modern world is designed to overload your dopamine system. Every scroll, every notification, every quick laugh from a short video, every tiny digital reward pushes your brain into a high-frequency mode it was never built to handle. When dopamine spikes too often, the receptor density drops. Your brain becomes less sensitive to reward. Pleasure becomes dull. Focus becomes hard. And effort begins to feel like pain. Your system starts to fail one function at a time. Your attention span shrinks, your motivation breaks, your ability to delay gratification disappears. You start chasing quick rewards because real work feels like dragging a dead weight. You lose the natural joy of progress. You lose the feeling of momentum. Your brain stops rewarding you for things that matter. That is the moment you begin to slip. Days blend together. Tasks become mountains. Moments of silence feel uncomfortable. And you start filling every empty second with cheap stimulation because your mind has forgotten how to be still. This is where most people live. They notice something is wrong, but they keep moving. They try small fixes, delete a few apps, read a quote, watch a video about discipline, but none of it works. Because the problem is not small. The problem is structural. You cannot patch a broken foundation. You cannot fix a crashing system with a new wallpaper. You need to wipe the corrupted files. You need to interrupt the loop. You need a hard reset. A hard reset starts with a simple idea. You must shock the system, not with pain, not with drama, but by removing the noise long enough for your brain to remember how to function without constant stimulation. You must create deprivation, real intentional deprivation. When your brain is deprived of cheap dopamine for long enough, something strange happens. The natural baseline begins to rise again. Your old circuits repair themselves. The reward system comes back online. Your ability to focus begins to return. Tasks that once felt heavy become lighter. Work becomes less threatening. Silence becomes less scary. You begin to feel alive again, not from excitement or entertainment, but from clarity. And this clarity is the first sign that the reset is working. The blueprint has 3 phases. The first is disconnection. You remove everything that causes short, repetitive dopamine spikes. Social media, porn, gaming, sugary snacks, random scrolling, even background noise like reaction videos, shiny thumbnails, and endless playlists. You do not remove these forever, only long enough for your brain to breathe again. In this phase, you feel the withdrawal, the boredom, the restlessness, the urge to reach for something easy. This is normal. This is your brain unlearning the pattern. And it is the most important phase because this discomfort is proof that you were addicted to stimulation you never noticed. The second phase is grounding. You rebuild your attention with simple, physical, real-world tasks. Cleaning your room, long walks, journaling, cold showers, reading physical books. Anything that creates slow, steady dopamine instead of fast spikes. This phase feels strange. Tasks that once felt pointless now feel meaningful. You begin to find pleasure in simple actions again. Your brain is rewiring. Your attention is recalibrating. Your inner noise begins to fade. You start to feel your own thoughts again. Not the thoughts fed to you by the algorithm, but the quiet ones that exist only when the world stops screaming at you. The third phase is reconstruction. Once your mind stabilizes, you introduce structured work. Not everything at once. Only the tasks that move your life forward. Deep work, skill building, long-term projects. You rebuild your identity through repeated effort. You reintroduce technology only with intention. Your phone becomes a tool, not a toy. You consume content only when it serves your mission. You create more than you consume. You protect your attention like it is currency, because it is. After the reset, every choice matters. Every distraction is a threat. Every habit is a weapon. If you do this correctly, something powerful happens. Your mind begins to feel like a clean room. Thoughts become sharper. Time becomes slower. Days feel longer. You stop escaping into screens. You stop chasing quick hits. You stop numbing yourself with noise. You begin noticing life again. Light, silence, breath. The subtle tension before action. You begin to feel a hunger you thought you lost a long time ago. A desire to build, to create, to improve, to become dangerous again. The reset reveals who you are without the static. And for most people, that person is a stranger. For you, that person will be the architect. Here is the final truth. A hard reset does not give you a new life. It returns your original one, the one buried under distraction, consumption, and unconscious habits, the one you lost without noticing. The reset is not a restart, it is a return to the version of you that can handle real goals, real discipline, and real purpose. If you want to escape the loop, this blueprint is your way out, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, right now. Begin the disconnect. Strip away the noise, create the silence, let the withdrawal burn through the old circuits. Then rebuild yourself piece by piece. This is the architect's blueprint. The protocol for those who refuse to live on autopilot. The reset for the ones who want their mind back. And now you know what must be done. The rest depends on you.